The Cursed Woman's Story. Chapter 1: The Terrifying Discovery. Discovering the Terrifying Mirror. Sarah, the main character in the story, is a young woman with a passion for old and intriguing things. One day, Sarah visits a dark, stocky second-hand shop. As you wander through the store, you notice an old, glittering mirror in the corner of the store. The old fashions pull her into the mirror and wonder what stories she may have hidden. Sarah approaches the mirror and notes its distinctive details, feeling a strong desire to have them. You're surprised to see the reasonable price written on the board that's mounted on the mirror. Without hesitation, you decide to buy the mirror and acquire it as a unique piece of art. When Sarah carefully picks up the mirror and returns home, she feels something strange passing through. She feels a slight reflection in the light when she takes a quick look at herself in the mirror. It may just be fiction, but doubts creep into Sarah's mind. As the days go by, Sarah begins to notice strange changes in her behavior and mood as she looks in the mirror. You begin to feel anxiety and horror at some mysterious force emanating from the mirror. She also notices that dreadful dreams capture her nights and sees unusual images in the mirror gradually changing. The first chapter ends with Sarah struggling with increasing fear and mounting doubts about the mysterious mirror she bought. Bizarre events in Sarah's bedroom. After Sarah puts the old mirror in her room, strange and terrifying events begin to escalate. On the first nights, Sarah wakes up late in the night to hear mysterious sounds emanating from the bedroom. The sounds sound like murky whispers emanating from the mirror, deeply scaring Sarah's heart. Dreaming becomes more frequent and realistic. Trapped in the mirror, Sarah sees herself in her dreams, trying to escape but unable to get out. Sarah wakes up from these terrifying dreams and finds herself perspiring and feeling exhausted. Sarah notices a change in mirror behavior as well. I noticed that the mirror image was gradually changing. Sarah's facial features in the mirror begin to deform into a strange and frightening image. Sarah is horrified to see herself transformed into a strange and suspicious face. When a mirror becomes a source of fleeting sounds, events become increasingly bizarre and frightening. Sarah hears frightening sounds of laughter, strange tones emanating from the mirror, and she even feels there is another being inside the mirror. She freaks out and wants to get rid of the damned mirror, but finds herself trapped in the clutches of her grasp. Bizarre events continue to escalate. Sarah feels self-disappearing. Her body starting to fade and gradually disappear as she looks in the mirror. Her skin becomes transparent as if it's glass, and she feels completely vanished into the other world inside the mirror. Terror and despair are mounting in Sarah's heart. She feels trapped in another dimension, and she won't be able to escape the mirror salad. Chapter 2: The Terrible Ghost. The appearance of the mysterious ghost. After Sarah changed horribly in the mirror, a series of Arab events began to unfold at her home. One dark night, as Sarah sat in her room alone, she began to feel that there was something strange in the air. The atmosphere gradually started to change as it got colder and more tense and more frightened. Suddenly, a mysterious ghost photo appeared in one corner of the room. The ghost was swaying in the air, and he had a pale face and radioactive emerald eyes. It emits a powerful negative energy that fills the room with horror and horror. A cry of horror rang out from Sarah's mouth and froze in place, drowning in horror. The mysterious ghost slowly began to move towards Sarah, floating in the air with no feet. Sarah's face is full of expressions of fear and awe as she desperately tries to move or scream, but almost loses mobility because of the sheer terror that grips her. As the ghost nears Sarah, things at home begin to turn strangely. The furniture moves for no reason and things fall off the shelves horribly. Blinds are cracked mysteriously, and terrifying sounds come from the dark corners of the house. Sarah tries to escape the mysterious ghost, but then almost reaches the exit door until the ghost appears in front of her again. The phantom begins to chase Sarah around the house, floating in the air at high speed. Sarah feels suffocated and has difficulty breathing because of her panic, but keeps trying desperately to escape. Sarah reaches into her bedroom and tries to lock the door and lock it, but the ghost stalks her and extends his mysterious hand towards her. The lights in the room begin to glow abnormally, and the furniture moves hard. Sarah feels hopeless and a desperate scream from her mouth. Chapter 3: Seeking the Truth. After being horribly attacked by a stalking ghost, Sarah feels hopeless and extremely frightened. She realizes she needs help from a superstar to unravel the secrets of the damned mirror and save her life. You search intensively online and seek help from a renowned ghost and evil spirits expert. Sarah reaches out to the expert and meticulously explains all the terrifying details she has experienced inside the house and assures him that the mirror is the cause of all the evil and threats she is exposed to. The expert expresses his or her sympathy and willingness to help, and they agree on a date to meet at home. Sarah comes to the expert's office and listens with great attention. He asks her about her experiences and observations of ghost behavior and bizarre events that have spoken at home. The expert takes the time to evaluate the evidence and information provided. After analyzing the facts and data, the expert indicates that the cursed mirror is subject to a strong evil spirit, and that it is used as a means of torture and threats. He explains to Sarah that the ghost can only be removed by smashing the mirror and breaking the curse in it. The expert helps Sarah come up with a plan to confront the ghost and destroy the cursed mirror. They fortify the room and use special tools to protect Sasa once during the final encounter. Finally, they head home, and Sarah stands before the cursed mirror anxiously. She feels intense looking into the eyes of a dark ghost in the mirror, but clings to the courage and determination to end her suffering. The epic battle between Sarah and the terrified ghost trapped inside the mirror begins. The two opposing forces will compete amid screams and terrifying moves. Sarah manages to overcome the ghost and shatter the damned mirror, and feels comfortable and free once she is smashed. Chapter 4: Final Confrontation 6. The battle turns into a decisive confrontation. Sarah uses her intelligence to negotiate with the ghost and dodge his violent movements. It sends out a powerful cry of will to make sure that she doesn't give in to evil. Finally, after a hard and intense battle, Sarah succeeds in smashing the mirror and breaking the curse. The evil spirit disappears once and for all, and safety returns to Sarah's life. Conclusion. After her victory over evil, Sarah regains her normal life and lives without fear and terror. She removes any traces of the cursed mirror and rebuilds her life with strength and confidence. Warning message: the cursed woman is still in the world and she may target anyone else.